Hiya, welcome to GGKCS, the multi-generational podcast / FlossTube for fans of all things knitting, cross-stitch, and geeky. I'm Cece, and I'm so glad you're here today. Today is Sunday, the 25th of July, 2021, and this is episode 453. I'd like to say a big welcome back. Well, y'all, to all returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. Did you see the new picture in the intro? I'll talk about it a little more in Yummies, but my bestie Katie came to visit, first time to see her in 3 years because of the COVID. And she took a picture of Dammy and Pinkperella, and actually she took several. That was the best of the bunch. So we have a new picture in the intro. Yay! Okay, well, I have quite a few things to talk to you about. I got a stack of stuff over here to show you, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, we're going to talk about what's on my needles. In my Nerdbird Makery bag that I adore, I'm still working. Sorry, I keep thinking Pink Pearl is like right down here on the floor by me, but she's not. I'm not sure where she is. Anyway, I keep thinking I see movement out of the corner of my eye. Anyway, I am working on the Oats Cow pattern by Tin Can Knits as a gift, a birthday gift for my youngest nephew, Waylon. I'm doing it on US 8s, 5mm needles, and I'm using Vitellana by Knit Crate Ambient Worsted in the Venezia colorway and Vitellana by Knit Crate Celestial in the Ganymede colorway. And here's where I'm at. So this is a dark blue. That's a little truer right there. So there's that. I would guess that I'm probably over halfway. I'm over halfway through this color. So I'll keep going until I run out of this color and then do the other end of the ribbing in that. So we'll see how much progress I make on it this week. I know I have a Zoom meeting. I will need to definitely... Oh, there's Pink Pearl. Hello, baby. She snuck in. I'll have to get my 25 7 stitches in during part of that Zoom call, but so I should have hopefully, and I'm commuting to work 3 days this week, so I'll have on the bus as well that I'll knit. So, but that is what is currently on my needles, plus today's preemie hat, which I've barely started, but I will work on some more. And so let me show you what I finished. All right, let's talk about my finished projects. Here is the preemie hat I knit last Sunday. This was number 29 for the year, and it's from my free top-down preemie hat pattern that you can get on our website, javapearldesigns.com. And as always, everything we talk about is linked in the show notes at ggkcs.com. I used US 6's 4mm needles, and then the variegated is Bernay Softy Baby in the Princess Pebbles colorway, and the solid is Bernay Cotton Tots in the Strawberry colorway. Turned out very, very cute. I love the variegation. And that Pom-Pom is just, that is a Pom-Pom. Love it. So yeah, number 29 for the year. I'm working on number 30, and I'll have that to show y'all next week. All right, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. Okay, so the first thing I'm working on in my Jane Eyre I Am No Bird and No Net Ensnares Me, which was in a Black Needle Society box. I am working on what I'm putting on the screen right now, Dreaming Girl by Barbara Anna Designs. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. And I am stitching it on 14 count Ada by Fiber on a Whim in the lipstick colorway. So there's like the full fabric. That was also from a Black Needle Society box, and the needle minders from a Black Needle Society box. So there we go. Okay, here we go. So this past week, I finished the darker hair that had like a triangle left kind of right there. And then I did all the leaves and the acorns and the key. I did part of the flowers over here. And then I started, I don't know if you can see it very well. I started down here. So these are parts of flowers. And then these are houses. I had to completely tear this house down and restitch it because I accidentally put it under this leaf instead of this one. And so I only have like, I think 2 more rows on this part of this house, and then there's more of this house over here. But I'm making good progress on it. I love how it's coming together. It's such a beautiful pattern. I'm still just so in love with those swirls and the stars in her hair. It's so pretty. So pretty. So I will keep working on that this week and see what progress can be made. Put that back in here. And then the other thing I'm working on in my Winnie the Pooh project bag from Knit Run Dig, I am working on Edinburgh Castle, a pattern by Terra Luna Stitchery. Everything that I'm using for this project is in the show notes below. I did get something new this week, which I don't really need to show you. I'll just tell you about it. I bought a 2-inch 3-ring binder because I just had the flosses on like 3 separate rings and inside a pouch inside the bigger pouch. And they were getting tangled and twisted, and it was hard to find the number I needed and whatever. So I bought this 3-ring binder, and what I did is I put the flosses that were on one ring on one of the rings in the binder. And it's so nice now because I can just open up the binder flat on the couch where I'm working and just flip to the right floss, use it, and then and it's there. And then when I'm done, I close the binder, and I have it tucked into still a pouch just to kind of keep the flosses from coming out the side while it's in my craft cart. But yeah, so I just ordered a 3-ring binder. 2 inches is what I did because there are so many colors. I don't even remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 65-ish colors in this. So that's a lot of floss to deal with. Okay, but let me show you my progress this week. So here we go. I finished this column this week. So I'm doing this as 25/7 stitching, which is a challenge for you either to pick a project and either stitch 25 minutes or 25 stitches per day on it. I'm doing the 25 stitches except on Fridays, which is the end of my week of working on this. I do 50 stitches so that I finish 2 squares. So I finished these 200 stitches this week. And when I got to that point on Friday, I was at 34,400 stitches complete out of 265,824. That puts me at 12.941% complete. I'm going to hit 13% this week, and then these are the 25 stitches that I did last night. So, making progress, going to hit 13% this week. It will be done eventually. I have not done the math to see. Hold on. I'm going to do the math. I'm curious. Okay, so it's 265,824 stitches minus the 34,425. 425. So that leaves me with 231,399 stitches. And if I'm doing 200 a week, that is right under 1,157 weeks. 1,157 weeks divided by 52 weeks in the year. This is going to take me 22 and a quarter years to complete from yesterday. Yeah. Well, that makes you like, well, but 25 stitches is more than 0 stitches, and I'm closer today than I was yesterday. And you know, at some point, my schedule may make it where I can do 25 minutes a day on it instead of just 25 stitches. So we'll see, and progress is progress, right? Progress is progress. 22 and a quarter years. Oh my gosh. I can't even. Okay. Well, I don't have any more cross-stitch specific content in the rest of the episode, but you should still stick around because there's all kinds of fun stuff. I got a beautiful housewarming gift from my bestie Katie. I got some happy mail and all kinds of other stuff. So stick around. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about, Yummies. And as I mentioned in the intro, my bestie Katie came to visit. So here's what happened. So if you're new, Katie and I met when we were living in Scotland. and she was my first friend there, and we've just, I adore her to pieces. They moved our last year in Scotland. They moved to Birmingham, England, and then now they have just moved to Wales, the country of Wales. They are from this area, the Pacific Northwest originally, and so they had all these plans to come home and visit, and I would be able to see them, but the COVID. So they came, and so on Thursday morning, Katie and her husband Jeremy and the boys Noah and Izzy came over, and we spent some time together with all of them before Dammy had to work. And then we left, and Katie and I took Jeremy and the boys back to his parents' house. And then Katie and I just had a whole day together, and we went and had coffee, and we took a long walk by the lake, and had lunch, and had ice cream, and went to the little shopping, some little cute little shops. And then we came and got Dammy and went and had dinner, and then came back here and just talked all day long. And it was so lovely. And I wish I could have had 70 million more days like that with her. But I'm just so grateful for her friendship and just how supportive she's been, especially over this last year. But she brought me a housewarming gift. So how cute is this tote bag? Read, Rise, Resist. I adore it. I love it. I don't know where she got it, but I love it. Let me see if the tag says. It says Q-Tees of California. I don't know if that's like a printing company or if that's like actually where she got it from, but that is what it says. Okay, so let me pull out everything that's inside here so that I can show you. Okay. Now, how cute is this card? You know this card is going on my cat art wall that is over by Pink's area of the flat. Well, the entire apartment. The whole flat is Pink's. But I have a whole wall of kitty art, and so this is definitely going up there. How about that kitty? This card is from Buddy and Betty by Early Bird. It's earlybirddesigns.co.uk. And the note made me cry. Okay, so if I'm remembering correctly, Jeremy's aunt made this. And it's a table runner, a quilted table runner. Look at all those beautiful fabrics. And she knew I would love it because I love sunflowers. I love sunflowers so much. And then it's just got a beautiful vines on the back. So I don't have a proper dining table in this flat. My desk can be, so my desk is long, but part of it is where you can fold down the side. I leave it up because I like the space, but I could take everything off of it and use it as a dining table, which is why I chose it. It's got a nice, butcher block wood kind of thing top. So it'd be perfect to eat on, but I'm not going to put the table runner on it. I think I'm going to put it on. We have a table that the TV and the Mac Mini that we edit the podcast on and watch TV on, everything is on. I think I'm going to put that there. So it's just so beautiful, so beautiful. And then we got Candy Kittens, Tropical Mango and Very Cherry. And they are gourmet sweets from London. They are vegan, if that's something that matters to you. Made with mango and cherry juice appropriately. Palm oil free, natural flavors and colors, and carnauba wax free. So I'm very excited to try these. I was waiting until I podcasted before I tried them. So Dammy and I will have to eat some of these. And then the last thing. So, as I've mentioned numerous times, I adore Glennon Doyle, and her book Untamed was a huge thing for me. Katie had read it when I came out to her, and I was on the waiting list at the library to get it to read because I wanted to read it so much. And she had it sent overnight to me the day after I came out to her. And it's just been such a beautiful book. I tore through it immediately after reading it, after receiving it, and then my book club actually read it. So I reread it slowly and just read like 2 or 3 essays a night. And that was lovely, lovely. But if you haven't read the book, or if you have, you'll know what I'm talking about. But there's a story at the beginning of the book about this cheetah and how the zookeepers, workers, whatever, animal workers, claimed that this cheetah was tamed, but it really was not tamed and was longing to be in the environment that it was born to be in. And so when I moved in here to this flat, my friend Yuko of Honeyberry Studios, as a housewarming gift, gave me this painting of a cheetah that is just stunning, and it's hanging on the wall above my dresser in my hallway. And so Katie gave me a cheetah. Isn't it beautiful? So this is going to go right below the painting and sit on my dresser. I just love it. I just love it. So it was lovely. It was a lovely day, and I wish it could have lasted so much longer, but they had family and such to see as well. And so, but it was lovely, and I was so grateful to get that time with her and would be able to see. I was able to give Jeremy and Noah their birthday socks, their CC socks. Jeremy's birthday was in May, and Noah's birthday is this coming week. So that was lovely. The other thing that I got in the post was this pre-order. Y'all know I love Fable bands. I'm addicted to their headbands. And this was their Pride headband. So we've got the colors of the Pride flag in the books, but the stars are different the different Pride flag colors. So, oh my gosh, I love it. This is the faux knot style. And I wear these to work every day because I have to wear a headset at work. So in the cooler months, I wear it like this. I wear it over my ears. In the warmer months, which is like now, I wear it behind my ears. So sometimes I wear it like pulled to the front like that. And sometimes I will let a little bit of the hair show. But these are the only headbands I have ever found that do not slip off my head. So yeah. And I love these because I have to wear that headset at work, and this protects my head because it digs in after a whole day of wearing a headset. So there's my Pride Fable band. I'm so excited. Oh, I love it. I adore their headbands, and it's a small business, and you should definitely check it out. I put a link to their shop in the show notes. But most of their headbands are inspired by books, thus the name Fable Bands, F-A-B-L-E, Fable Bands. So, all right, well, those are my yummies for this week. So I think we're ready to move on to the next segment. All right, now we're going to talk about what we're reading, watching, and listening to. So just a reminder about our RAL, our read-along. It's a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day, every day. I don't care what you're reading. As long as you're reading, audiobooks do count. All the details about this are in our show notes at ggkcs.com, as well as in our Facebook group, where there are all the rules as well as the finish line thread. By participating in the seasonal, which right now is July, August, September, you earn entries into the year-long challenge, and at the beginning of 2022, we'll draw for 3 grand prize winners, and you might be one of those winners. So keep on reading and posting. Okay. What have I been reading? I'm continuing to read The Body Keeps the Score, Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma by Besser Vanderkolk. I'm reading that as part of my counseling. I finished reading A Wild and Precious Life by Edie Windsor. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Cried through the end of it. Couldn't put it down because it was just, it was beautiful. I learned so much about LGBTQ culture and like the way things have changed over the years here in the States. And then Edie was the one who went to the Supreme Court because so Edie married her wife Thea, in Canada, but at the time it was not legally recognized here in the U.S. And so when Thea passed away of multiple sclerosis, MS, Edie had to pay all these taxes because she was not seen as being legally married to Thea. And so she went to the Supreme Court and she won. And that was kind of the precursor for what eventually became the court case that made marriage, LGBTQ marriage legal here in the U.S. So it was very, very interesting. And I'll talk about I watched a documentary as well related to this book. So I will talk about that in just a couple minutes. I'm continuing to listen to A Lot Like Love, which is book 2 in the FBI U.S. Attorney series by Julie James. I didn't listen to a ton of this week because I was off work for 2 days. And I worked remotely 2 days. So I only had one day where I was in the office, which is where I tend to listen to that. I listen when I'm not on phone calls on my headset. So it's not safe for children. It's a romance, but couched in the whole FBI attorney stuff. I finished reading Finley Donovan is Killing It by L. Casimano. Oh my gosh, this book was hysterical. Finley, the main character, is an author, but in the midst of divorce and trying to figure out her life. And she meets her agent in a coffee shop, and somebody who is also in the shop misunderstands and thinks she's a killer for hire, a contract killer. And so Finley gets caught up in a whole lot of stuff. And it is so funny. And there's a second book coming, and I can't wait to read it. It was so funny. Also some adult content in that one. And then I started, and then probably, I think I'm getting close to being like halfway through, The House of Silk, which is by Anthony Horowitz, which I've read some of his other books these last few months and really enjoyed. This is the first book in over 100 years that the Sherlock Holmes estate approved and gave permission for someone to write another Sherlock Holmes story. So I am reading that, and it's interesting because you can tell that his writing style in this book is different than he does a lot of the like book within a book style books. So you can tell he's really doing his best to take on the writing styles and such of the original Sherlock Holmes writings. But yeah, I'm enjoying that. I am watching season 22 and episodes for the That's Messed Up and SVU podcast, watching Law and Order Special Victims Unit. I think I only have like 1 or 2 episodes left, and I will be completely caught up. Along with that, I'm watching Law and Order Organized Crime season 1 because there's lots of crossover between the two, and so yeah. So I am enjoying watching those. I am rewatching season 1 of Gilmore Girls with the I Am All In with Scott Patterson podcast. Loving that a lot. Dammy and I finished rewatching, and Dammy watched for the first time. Finished watching, I'll spell it because I know there's children listening, SCHITT''S, Creek. Loved it this time just as much as I did last time. Oh, it's so fantastic. Cried through the end, cried through the documentary that they made, like the filming the final season, and just how much the show has been such a positive light, an example for so many in the LGBTQ community, and it's just beautiful. Really enjoyed that. Okay, and then I told you I watched a documentary related to the Wild and Precious Life by Edie Windsor. It's called Edie and Thea, A Very Long Engagement. And it is a documentary of them, it talks about their life, obviously much abbreviated from what is in the book, but it's, for the most part, it's about them going to Canada to become legally married, after being together for like 40 years. It's only about an hour long, and it is available, at least here in the US, on Amazon with commercials, watching it via the IMDb TV. So, okay, I lost where I was in my knitting. Okay, I am increasing. I'm working on my Premium app. And then Dammy and I started watching The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Season 1. This is a very, very dark take spin on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And yeah, so we've just barely started it. We'll see what we think as we continue. Just in the very beginnings of Season 1. And then listening to, of course, my favorite murder podcast, random Spotify playlists, some other podcasts. Yeah, just all the things. I think I messed up somewhere because I have an extra stitch. Well, I'll figure it out while I'm on break. So that's everything I'm reading, watching, and listening to. Let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our June, July, and August summertime, and the living is easy. Owl. This is our seasonal, summertime seasonal owl along for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you can convince is relates to summer, including you made it in the summer. All of the rules and everything are in our show notes, ggkcs.com, as well as in our Facebook group, which is where you enter your projects. Thank you so much to our prize donors. There's lots of lovely prizes on the screen right now. All our love. We appreciate you so much. I will talk about in detail on the first podcast of the month all of the full rules and everything. But for now, I want to give a shout out to people who have finished projects in the last week. They are Brittany M., Jane S., Jennifer B.H., and Sarah G. Congrats. Thank you, everyone. Great job. And you have just a little over a month to get your projects finished and posted, and you might be a winner of one of our fabulous prizes. So get your projects done and get them posted. All right, let's move on to the next segment. All right, now it's time for Assa Geeks, the part of our show where you ask us questions and we try to answer them. This one was originally asked and answered back in 2018, and the question is from Rebecca. What is the wooden foot-shaped thingy you used to measure birthday socks? How is it used? Perhaps I should add, I usually do top-down socks. This is the Sockies. This is what Rebecca is referring to. It's from this company called Burning Impressions. They do lots of different products, but I got one that was double-sided, so it's got inches on this side and centimeters on this side, and it also has US shoe sizes on it. And what you do, I don't have a pair of socks on the go. We'll just use this preemie hat as an example. So what you do is, if you're doing toe-up socks, you stick your sock in and you can see how many inches you're at. So right now, this one is at like 3.5 inches. So that way you know how far to go. If you were doing top down, you could totally do the same thing for your cuff. You would just stick this in with your cuff at the very tip and see how long the leg was. And then when you get to the foot, you can stick this into the heel and be able to see how long your foot is on it. Love this. I know there's other products out there that are similar to this. I love this one because it's wood. I had a plastic one before that like started warping, so that's why I really like the wood. It's called the Sockies, and it's from Burning Impressions, and they will put stuff on for you. So they put Java Pearl designs on there for us. So I use this this lives in my craft cart, and I use it for all the socks I do. Highly recommend it. I find I get a much more accurate measurement than if I'm using just like measuring tape. So I even sometimes use this for other projects. Like I'll be like, oh, let's see that I need to knit, 4 inches of garter before I start And so I'll put the start of it and like measure, okay, there's 4 inches. Okay, good. So I use it for other stuff too, but it's meant to be for socks. That's called the Sockies. Sockies, Soxyzz. there you go. Thank you for the question, Rebecca. If somebody has a question for us, you should go to Ask the Geeks in our Facebook group and post, or post it in the comments of any of our YouTube videos. All right, let's move on to the next segment. And with that, we made it to the end of the show. Yay! Thanks for watching. So I did want to announce last week when I did the Assa Geeks segment, I talked about my nails, and I talked about that I'm now using these Color Street nails. I actually just did my nails this morning. So this was like the second half of that package that I told y'all I put it in the freezer so it would stay good, and then did my nails. So I had a set. I did not get them out of the freezer. It's warm here. We're having not a heat wave like we had the 108, but we're in the 80s, and so it's a little bit warm here, so I left them in the freezer. So I had a set of American flag Color Street nails, and I asked y'all to comment in the YouTube video using the keyword flag, and I would draw for a winner. So just before I started recording, I used the YouTube random comment pinker. I gave it the video link, I gave it the keyword flag, had it pull the comments, hit the random button, and the winner is Tyra J. So Tyra, you have 30 days to claim your prize. Please send us an email to ggkcspodcast@gmail.com with your full name and mailing address, and I will get it mailed out to you. And yeah, I highly recommend Color Street. I adore them, and Leslie, I'm wearing them. And I'm glad that y'all were interested, so congrats to Tyra. Just as an ongoing reminder, we are co-hosting the Pride Owl, the Pride Along, that started in May and runs through the end of June 2022, so well over a year-long year-long owl, because multiple crafting types are allowed. If you go to our show notes at ggkcs.com, there is a YouTube video link that will tell you all the rules, and our hashtag is hashtag #GGKCS Pride Along 2122. We'd like to say a huge thank you. Love y'all. It's hard to make a heart when you are holding your yarn and your needles. To everyone who supports the podcast just by watching, that's supporting it, and we are so grateful for each of you. But an especially big thank you to those who support financially. The money that comes in is used primarily to ship parcels, the prize parcels out, and for like technology stuff behind the scenes. For example, we are going to have to, at some point in the near future, replace the Mac Mini that we edit the podcast on. It is multiple years old, and it just does not have the memory and processing power anymore to allow us to process the podcast. I mean, it's hanging on, but we are going to have to replace it at some time in the near future. So just things like that is what the money is used for. So if you're interested in supporting us financially, there are several ways. Patreon and YouTube Join are ways that you can support your favorite creatives and earn rewards or perks based on the level you donate at. If you would like more info or want to sign up, you can go to patreon.com/ggkcs, or there is a join button under any of our YouTube videos. We have a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you'd like to make a one-time donation. We are bookshop.org affiliates, which is an online bookstore with a mission to financially support local independent bookstores. If you purchase a book from our shop, we earn a commission, as well as local independent bookstores earn money from your purchase. Our shop is at bookshop.org/shop/ggkcs. And we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, if you go to our site first, click on the appropriate Amazon link, do your shopping as normal. We earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you were going to do anyway. You can find us online at ggkcs.com. There you'll find links to everywhere else we are online. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram. I'm still in Instagram jail. They keep stripping the captions from my Instagram posts in my feed. So right now you're just getting photos. Apologies. There's nothing I can do. I've tried. If anybody has suggestions on that, let me know, because this is the second time this has happened, and it's very annoying. And just all the other places we are online. And with that, I'm going to tell you goodbye. I hope you have a lovely week ahead. stay cool if you're in a place that's warm. Wear your masks as appropriate. Get vaccinated. Please get vaccinated. And until we see you again, happy crafting. We'll talk to you again soon. Pinky, is Tammy giving you the brushes? How high? Oh, you love that. Oh, you have sharp claws. We gotta clip your claws. Tammy, I like those brushes, but I really wish you would give me food. Yeah, I smell food. I smell food. Oh, you love your brushes. You love your Dammy. And yes, you're seeing all my recycling that needs to go downstairs. Dammy's going to help me after we record. Oh, you're so cute. Even when you're a turd butt.